these horrible ads came out. You can find them. You can still see them online.
Okay.
You know, is your hair gray and you're sitting in a corner at a party because nobody will talk to you because you're a loser because your hair is gray? I swear to you.
The Luminous Life podcast is a show all about beauty without the BS. We're beauty business OGs, and we know that the secret to looking good is feeling great. We'll question beauty standards and share the behind the scenes of running a beauty business that puts your beauty first. Okay, we've been holding on to this secret for a really long time because I can't even believe we're saying Rachael, Rachael Wittman is here with us today. And if you think she looks familiar, yes, she does. But because she is the shit on Instagram. So thank you for making, and by the way, she's a Jersey girl, people.
Well, I'm a New York. I'm a Brooklyn girl.
Oh, you're a Brooklyn girl. But
I live in New Jersey.
You live in New Jersey now. So you're a
transplant.
Yeah. And it all kind of feels the same, the New York, New Jersey vibe. So I'm so happy that you're here. And you are friggin' gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, like when you see, it's a little bit of fangirling, right? Like I feel like we're friends in my head, right? Because I see you on Instagram often and all your stories and stuff. I'm like, I wonder if she's going to be like this. I wonder if she's going to be like cool the way she is. I wonder if she's going to be pretty the way she is on Instagram. And she is, ladies and gentlemen.
She delivered, yeah. I was like, is the vibe going to be as good? It's such a good vibe.
What you see is what you get. I am totally who I am.
I love
like 100%.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you.
And that's a compliment to me. That you see that, you notice that.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for being here. And I just want to go like right away. Rachael, how did you get to be going Rachael?
By mistake. It was a total accident.
Really?
Like a happy accident. I just started growing out my gray hair. I was actually following other creators who did the same thing. And I was like, they're gorgeous. And I think I could do this. And I thought about it for 2 years. And finally, I was just done. I was done dyeing my hair. I hated doing it.
What color was your hair before?
It was like your color.
Dark. Yeah.
Very dark. And it got darker because the more you dye it, the darker it gets.
Okay.
And I just got tired of it. I got tired of the time and the money and the effort and chasing and the crutch, the crutch of it. And I am a gerontologist. I have a master's degree in gerontology. And
can you tell the people what the gerontologist is?
Yes. It is the study of aging. So for many years, I ran assisted living facilities. I still work in the industry. And I always loved silver hair, and I decided to do it. And
was there a moment where you were like, this is the moment, you saw a video and you were like, I'm doing it? Because you said it took 2 years.
Yeah.
You fully surrendered?
I can totally like pinpoint the moment I was like, I'm done. It was 2021 Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we were going to Thanksgiving dinner, and my roots were showing, and I had to scramble to get hair dye because I was like, I don't want to go like this because it looks terrible. And I remember like being in my bathroom and I stained a towel and my head was itching, and I was just like, you know what? I am so done. And and then I washed it out, and the roots were like not the same color as my hair, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And my husband was encouraging me for a long time.
Really?
To do it. Yeah, he always said, like, I want to see you the way God made you.
That's
so sweet. So I just decided, like, I'm going to do it. And then...
were you documenting it immediately?
No.
Did you have an Instagram at that point?
No. I mean, I had a personal one that I didn't even know how to use.
Okay.
But what happened was, so this was Thanksgiving, and on New Year's Eve, I was like so frustrated with my hair. My roots were like probably like here.
Okay.
And I hated it. And we were at a party, and my friends were like, don't dye it. I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're like, don't do it. And I'm like, well, if I start this Instagram page, if anybody follows me, then I can't dye it. So I'm going to hold myself accountable to like continuing to let it grow out. And I started my page on January 1st, 2022, the next day.
No way. Well, that's a healthy application of Instagram, of social media, right?
It has been. There's been a lot of great things that have, and I've been told that I inspire people.
I mean, it's very inspirational.
You know, that's the best part.
I think the inspiration comes in the permission, right? Because we see it here in the Luminous Lobby all the time.
Right.
People have very strong opinions. I know you can't tell this way, but I stopped dyeing my hair 6 years ago, 8 years ago. And I have little grays. I was hoping that I was going to have a full head of hair. But even these little grays, people have very big opinions about.
Oh, yeah.
You should dye them. You shouldn't dye them. Women shouldn't let themselves go gray. Women should let themselves grow gray. So I think when you follow you, who you're just showing that you're living a normal life, like an everyday person life, and you've let your hair be natural, like it gives women permission to do what the right next thing is for them.
Yeah, and I think it gives them inspiration. They think automatically, you know, just because of historically what the media has shown us and society's views on dyeing your hair and gray hair, they think automatically you're going to look disheveled, you're going to look old, you're going to look like you're not put together. And here I am. I mean, I do my makeup, I get my nails done, I take very good care of myself.
You blow out your hair.
I blow out my hair
I
with my
love those.
Dyson Airwrap.
Yeah.
and I truly think that I look better than ever. I think it's very hard sometimes too. And another creator, her name is Miranda Parker. You should check her out too. She's amazing.
Okay.
She mentioned it yesterday on another post that women can't understand that we really love the hair color. Like it's not a trend. I love it when it's like when people are like, I hate this trend. You know, you need to dye your hair.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not a trend. It's my natural growing out of my head. Like this is what
it is.
What it is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different things. Some people say, you know, you don't dye your hair. Why do you wear makeup?
Oh.
Or like if you're trying to age totally naturally, and I'm not saying I am trying to age totally naturally. I'm just saying I want to age the way that I want to age.
Right.
Yes.
I want to look the way I want to look, and you can look the way you want to look. And I don't judge people who, you know, do cosmetic procedures or dye their hair or. You know, everyone has their own thing
what they want to do.
That they want to do, and whatever makes you feel beautiful and confident is what it's about.
I have to say, just because I'd be a liar if I didn't. When you first didn't dye her hair, I'd be like, Erica, are you going to dye your hair? Like I'm one of those people, and she'd be like, oh, I just got my hair done. I was like, did you dye it? Like I was younger then. Now I have such an appreciation for it, but I think it's just society, right? We're like trained, I think, to think, oh, you have a gray, cover it up.
Yeah. And I think what's really interesting here, right, is that she's also a gerontologist, which is fucking wild, right? You're so cool. Studying aging. We're always sort of fighting what we're being told about aging, that you have to chase youth, that you have to try and be young, that you have to, and so you're getting those messages. You're a gerontologist. And then it still took you 2 years.
It still took me 2 years.
To make what were some of the things you were grappling with?
I think, you know, if you look back historically, in the 1940s and 50s, about 7% of women dyed their hair. And then, you know,
how many?
7 to 10% of women dyed their hair in the 40s and 50s. Right. And then Clairol came out with
little bottles.
Their at-home dye kits, and these horrible ads came out. You can find them. You can still see them online.
Okay.
You know, is your hair gray and you're sitting in a corner at a party because nobody will talk to you because you're a loser because your hair is gray? I swear to you. Or like, you know, is your husband ignoring you now because your hair is gray?
Oh, snap.
Do you have no friends and don't ever go anywhere because you have gray hair?
Oh my God.
So they had a whole campaign. I don't know if it was like, does she or doesn't she? Where it's like, you know, the first natural, like, can you tell?
Right.
And I think that, you know, over time, you know, people start to feel kind of like, well, my worth isn't there. You know, I'm seeing all these commercials and I'm seeing everything that, you know, youth is beautiful. I mean, you have 20-year-olds now doing Botox.
I know.
You know, youth is beautiful. And these cosmetic companies, which is a boys' club, as you know.
Thank you for saying it.
They never showed anybody over 40 in any of their advertisements.
And now they're telling the beautiful youth, you're not beautiful enough.
Yeah.
So do this to yourself.
Yeah.
Or do that to yourself.
And these 10-year-olds shopping at Sephora for skincare. So
that's right.
So I think for me, women tend to think, okay, historically, even just in history, once you passed your childbearing years, you are no longer of use to anyone. Mm-hmm. And so, you're going to let your hair grow gray. Mm-hmm. And back to like the Clairol and the L'Oreal ads, you're going to disappear. You're going to become invisible and no one's going to notice you anymore. And so my fear was more about just kind of disappearing and not being relevant. And then the opposite happened. The total opposite happened, which was really crazy. Doing what I do, this gave me the perfect platform to speak on things that are important to me in a way that like I never imagined.
I mean,
and it's been very cool.
With the gerontology, right? And with the taking care of a population that sort of disappears, right? If if a lot of times if we're not caring for them, a lot of times ads aren't created for them, or they're not on social media or whatever. To have that, to hear that you say, that you could disappear as you age is like, there's a very real reality to that. And there are some advantages to that too, right? Because there could be, right? Because you don't have oftentimes men bothering you as much and that kind of thing when you're a woman of a certain age. But the fact that you're saying, no, look, I could still be beautiful. Like I can still put my makeup on and do my nails. That doesn't mean I'm sitting in the corner like a loser with my hair color. It's just so, it's powerful.
Well, interestingly enough, in my whole life, I've never received as much male attention as I do now.
Wow.
From every age. Wow. Every age group in my whole life. And I think that that's a misconception a lot of women have, is that men don't like gray hair. And maybe some don't like gray hair. But I can tell you that men stop me all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And I have male followers, and it's really, really interesting. I've received not just male attention, female attention as well. And sometimes not in a good way.
Oh,
the harshest critics are women.
Are women.
Wow.
100%.
Especially women our age.
I agree. Because Gen Xers, we were raised to be savages. We were raised to rip other women apart. I tell my daughter that all the time. She's 17 years old. I'm like, no, you don't understand. We were bred to point out other bad things in women and to cut each other down and all of that. Yeah.
That's true. Our age group is much older women.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, so that culture, like our Gen X culture, right? That can be very hard on other women. I think we've learned and we've evolved, a lot of us. Maybe not all of us, but is that what you're seeing in your comments? Are you getting negative things in your comments?
A lot. I post a lot with the comments on my post. If you look through my page, you'll see comment after comment after comment. You look like you're 70. Go crawl back under the rock that you look like you came from. Go dye your hair. I think it's fear. I think it's bringing up the reality of what's to come for some people. I think it's fear that that they will become invisible, like they've been taught their whole lives. I think some of it is a little bit of envy, like I wish I can do this. I hate nobody who has to dye. It's fun when you're in college and you can do whatever color you want because it's fun. But when you have to dye your hair every 2 weeks or you look terrible, it sucks, and nobody likes to do it.
Right. Or when have to do anything, when you have to do your nails, when you have to do your lashes, when you have to do your Botox, whatever. It sucks when you feel beholden to something that you think is going to make or break the way that you look.
And I'll tell you what, too, it's not even good for you. Like, my hair has doubled in thickness, and it's so healthy now.
It's so shiny. We have to say that. It's so
healthy
beautiful
now compared to how it was. And you can scroll all the way down, and from the very beginning, I think my roots were like here.
Wow,
when I started, and you can see my hair was like half of what it is now. people don't realize like there's a real beauty to it, and it's been really exciting to like show people that and to inspire other people.
But how do you handle the hate?
Right. I mean, like
you've never cared.
I have a very thick skin. I mean, first of all, I'm from Brooklyn. Secondly, like what I did for a living for so many years, you really need to have a thick skin. And, it's taken me many years. So I don't want to make it sound like I've always been confident my whole life, because I haven't been. But I am now. And this process has actually made me 100 times more confident than I was before. I know that that's really hard to believe, but doing this and going through this process, it's not just something on the outside physical appearance. On the inside, there's a change that happens. It's a freedom and a feeling of like liberation in some ways. It's very hard to explain, like unless it's something that you go through.
I totally understand that, because anytime you're liberated from anything, whether it's a substance or a beauty procedure or a relationship, anytime you feel beholden to something and then that feeling afterwards, the change is internal as well as external.
Absolutely.
But we have to dive into this creator side of you, right? Because you have 100,000 something followers, right? Like a lot of followers. You're talking about we have couple hundred followers, like maybe on the luminous side some thousands, but like 4. It's hard to get hate, I think. Sometimes I'm like, delete. Do you leave the comments? How do you handle it? You really are like, oh, what a troll, and you just leave them?
I leave them. The only comments I take out are the really nasty sexual comments that I get.
Are you sexualized a lot?
Not really, because I don't really dress that way. I don't do that a lot. There's some reels in swimsuits and stuff. I've worked with some, TA3, which is a swim company that tends to work with younger people.
Yeah.
So that was kind of exciting. But for the most part, I'm filming before work. So I'm like this, like I'm always covered in my work clothes for the most part.
But people have tried to like dupe you, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And those are usually sexual in nature.
So this is kind of a dark side of social media that a lot of people don't know. Like you hear all these like young girls who want to be influencers. And I've even had some of my older one's 23, and some of her friends have said, how are you an influencer and I'm not? There is a very dark side. And there are kind of copycat accounts. Probably hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. I mean, there was a point where I didn't realize it was happening, where I would scroll on TikTok pages and pages and pages of my picture. Just like I would search going Rachael or Rachael Wittman, and pages and pages of them. Not so much anymore, because now I'm so easy to find because I've grown a following. But I've been contacted by people saying that they had a relationship with me for 2 years and that they've given me thousands of dollars, but it wasn't me. I've had older adult children reach out to me that my father has had this relationship with someone using your picture. He doesn't believe me that they're like a fake person. And I've actually made like videos saying like, John, this is me. I am not in a relationship with you.
Oh, wow.
There is definitely a downside. And it's always interesting to me, too, when, like, I'm looking at my new followers and I see myself, like a picture of myself in the profile photo. It's really wild, and it's really, there's nothing you can do about it. And a lot of times, Instagram does not support me.
Right.
Because if it's somebody not using my actual a part of my username, or a little change in my username. Let's say it's like somebody called like Maria Sophia 369. They won't take it down, and they'll say that person's not violating their policies, even though every piece of content is mine, including my pictures of my children.
Wait, they take your content and then start using it on their page?
Yes.
And it's perfectly legal.
And they take and somebody like me is the perfect person because I post frequently.
Right. So there's lots of new content
all the time. So I'm not seeing it as much anymore as my follower count has grown, and I've had some amazing opportunities, so it's obvious that my page is real. And if you do like a reverse picture search of me, my Instagram page comes right up. So I'm not seeing it as much anymore. But at the beginning, it was really a problem.
Wild.
A friend of ours called me one day at work at the beginning and said, are you and Darren okay? Because I saw your picture on Match.
Could you imagine?
No.
So
I feel like I would freak out.
I was so upset at first. I called my husband and I'm like, oh my God, someone's taking my picture and putting it on Match.com. He's like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
You have I think I had like 20,000 followers at that time.
Wow.
I was like, you have 20,000 followers. Of course, someone's going to like try to scam.
Wow. I mean, and you're so chill with it. When is your birthday and what is your sign?
I'm not.
You're not?
I am right now.
You are right now. Okay, got it.
I'm not okay with it. Okay. And I'm not okay with people being scammed with my likeness at all.
Right. Sure.
But there's nothing that can be done.
Right,
most of these people could be out of the country. Some aren't even women. And now with AI,
forget it.
People can duplicate voice. People have told me that I've sent them naked pictures, which I absolutely have not done. People have taken pictures of me with sent me pictures. Of course it's you. You're wearing the ring that I sent you. They send them jewelry. And they'll take a picture of me with like my hands like this and superimpose the ring on my hands. It's
that's mind-blowing, Rachel.
All kinds of crazy stuff has occurred.
Yeah, this is more than just taking your pictures and using. Like this is going far, way too far. Wow.
It's enough that I've considered even shutting down my account at times. Because I want to do good and I don't want anything bad to come of what I do.
Well, then I have to ask.
They're just going to do it with somebody else's picture.
It's true.
Right.
But then I really do have to ask then, what keeps you doing it? Because that seems heavy. And I would think that in order to like keep going with it, you have to be also feeling like you're making a positive impact.
I am.
Oh, good.
I think that for the most part, I am making a positive impact more than the other way around. Yeah. I think that people reach out to me all the time, telling me how they, I've inspired them. I think that the message isn't just about gray hair and like growing out your gray hair. It's about, you're here and you're relevant and you can do anything you want to do and it's never too late, and and this is the time of your life that you are the most beautiful. Like I really feel that way.
Yeah, say it. I love that.
And I want women to know, it's a weird time of life.
It is.
With menopause and all the nonsense that comes along with that.
100%.
And you kind of get am I where I'm supposed to be? And all these thoughts come into your mind, and I think. We're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think overall, I've inspired people. I've a cosmetic brand named a lipstick shade after me and flew me to LA. And
that's awesome.
And I was in a documentary, and I have all kinds of fun things that I've done that I never imagined would be possible. So
I think to your point at this menopause, perimenopause stage in life, we talk about it often here because, I took for granted feeling beautiful for a long time. I was looking for things to fix that maybe weren't there or, I just took for granted. And then one day your face changes, right? Or something about you changes, your body changes, whatever. And in order to, I find myself at the beginning of this journey all over again, trying to feel beautiful all over again. And I think you're right. I think your impact is that you remind women that you can feel beautiful at any age, right? And that maybe you have that grow out period, and it doesn't have to, I think that's what's also nice about your content is that it's not just about the hair, that it's just about enjoying yourself and enjoying your life and living fully on your own terms. So I think that is the impact that you're having to people.
Well, thank you. I hope so. I mean, I think people are scared of aging. I think we all are, even me, someone who lives it and studies it and studied it and worked in it. And I think one of the things that I'm most afraid of, like, everyone's afraid of something different, is losing a zest for life.
Right.
Like, I have a huge zest for life. I love adventure. I love going away. I love traveling. And they tell you as you age, you lose, they make it seem like you just wither away and, and just lose that zest. And so I am trying to show, a big part of what I do is to try to show that there's still life and humor and love and excitement and travel and fun and friends and all of that stuff.
It's very cool because I feel like I've been on a couple of 50th birthday parties with you and your friends as you've traveled around the country for different 50th or for your husband's birthday or things like that.
Now I'm going on another 50th with a friend because we're all turning 50 last year and this year. I'm going to Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, fun.
At the end of March.
Oh, fun.
So and I think it is something to be celebrated.
Yeah.
And you hear, like, when you age, you hear... I was looking, when I turned 50, for, like, a fun T-shirt. And all the T-shirts were, like, F50. And, and people are like, it's the 20th anniversary of my,
20th birthday or something like that. 30th birthday.
Yeah.
What a dark way to put it.
Or the second anniversary of my 25th birthday.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, like, I'm 50. Or like, even, we went with my best friend, her name's Rachael as well. We went to New Orleans and when the MC where we were announced it, he said, he actually said to her, like, how old are you? And she said, I'm 50. And she was excited about it. We were all wearing, like, 50 rhinestone glasses. And he said, this is Rachael, and today is her 25th birthday.
Oh.
And you could just see her face just kind of like...
Yeah.
like, we always downplay it. Like, we don't want to get older. But the alternative's death, so...
Right.
I mean, really, if you think about it, it's not such a bad thing
to
age.
No. And I always say, like, I would not go back to 25 if I had to give up what I know now.
Right.
Right?
The wisdom that comes with it.
Yeah.
The knowing yourself.
I want to go back to 25 just because of my life.
Right.
Like, let alone the wisdom.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's like, I have more freedom. My career's in order. I don't have to scrounge to, like, get my next meal like I did when I was 25.
Yeah, 100%.
And I have a ton more confidence.
100%.
A ton more. You know why? Because you get older and you don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's
You just don't care. You don't care.
That sounds so nice.
You don't care what people think anymore as much.
Yeah.
So
we see you online, right? I'm curious, does this come up in the real world? Like, do people approach you in the street? Do they approach you at a restaurant? Do they approach you? Because if I was in the same restaurant as you, I mean, I'm one of these weirdos that I will always tell a woman if I think she's spectacular. I'll be like, excuse me, miss, you look spectacular.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm that person. But does that happen to you in real life?
Everywhere I go. It happened to me tonight at the pizza place. I grabbed a slice of pizza before I came in, and a woman said to me, is that your real natural hair color? And I said, yeah. And she said, it is gorgeous. And I was thinking to myself, because I could tell when people dye their hair, I was thinking to myself, you can do it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do it too if you want to. But, if I had, I've posted about this, if I had $1 for every person that said to me, well, I would do it if my hair looked like yours, or if I had dark eyes, or, I don't have the right hair texture, and my skin isn't the right color, and, my hair's too wiry, or it's curly, and it only looks good on people with straight hair. I think it's a very hard process for people to think about going through, and so there's every excuse in the book why they can't do it when anybody really can.
Yeah.
I mean, really, anybody can. And everyone who I've seen do it, I think they look amazing. I truly like gray hair. I like the way it looks. I think it's beautiful.
100%. And there's so many different colors of gray, and there's silvery grays, and there's whites, and all that stuff. I look forward to having much more gray hair.
And even, like, in your own head, there are, like, natural highlights. And you can't ever, like, people are always like, did you color match? I'm like, you can't color match this.
Yeah.
It's not even possible to do it.
I also think going through the process of watching it grow out makes it so much more rewarding too, because it's hard. I'm sure people who do it, and like you've said, there's probably times where you want to quit, right? When it's that awkward length, and to know that you were able to walk around, and I think that also helps the confidence, right?
Yes.
It looks beautiful.
Yes. And at first, I mean, I was a hot mess when it was like when it gets to like here, it's just bad. Once it gets past your ear and you can like put it back, it gets better.
Do you see some of the young girls now are doing like almost like a crown of like bleach?
No.
Like Rosalia did it in her last album where it's like her hair's all dark, but she bleached out almost like it looks like a halo.
Really?
And
I haven't
there's
seen that.
somebody at the Olympics right now doing that too. So I wonder if like that's going to make it a little bit more palatable for people to start growing out because they're placing it like halos now.
Okay.
But obviously their roots are dark, their hair is dark, and then this is like the lighter color. So that I think that's interesting. I like to see when people are switching it up and making like an impact on the culture. You know?
I think celebrities too. I saw there was a recent post with Drew Barrymore and Valerie Bertinelli.
Okay.
Did you guys see it?
No.
They went to a celebrity stylist who put gray wigs on them. They looked
Amazing. Yeah.
And everybody was like commenting on these posts, oh my God, why does this look so good? You know, this looks amazing. You know, wow, like gray hair I think can really be good.
Yeah.
And, so I think that as celebrities, I don't know that either one of them are ever going to really go gray, but as celebrities do it more and more, which I think will start to happen, I think that more people will kind of catch on to it.
If you could give women one piece of advice about their beauty, like if their beauty in general, maybe not just their hair, because I would take advice from you because you really you really are like embodied and in touch with your beauty and where you are in life right now. So speak to all of us that are in the perimenopausal space or the menopausal space. What advice would you give us about our beauty?
I think that I always say that there's beauty at every stage, at every age. I think that, you hear about, there was a whole trend about wabi-sabi on Instagram. And wabi-sabi is actually, I think it's a Japanese term that means perfection in imperfection. That sometimes something that's imperfect, like the patina on, silver, like something that's imperfect can make it look more beautiful. And I think that nobody's perfect, and we all have our flaws, and we all have things that we're self-conscious about ourselves. But I think that everyone's beautiful at every age. And I think that beauty really radiates from inside of you and your confidence.
It really does. It really does.
And your confidence. I mean, you ever see like a guy who's like not that great looking, who's like extremely confident with the hottest girl in the place?
Yeah.
Like I think that there's something to be said that confidence makes you beautiful.
100%.
And a smile. I think people who are like always frowning and miserable, like, they're just, no matter how gorgeous they are physically, they're just not going to come across as, I just think if you're happy and you love life and you try to stay positive, I think everybody is beautiful at every age. Young, old, all of it.
Yeah. Rachel, where can people find you to keep being inspired by you? Where are all the places? How can they see what you're up to?
So mainly Instagram. I am extremely busy. I still have a high schooler at home.
Oh, wow.
I work full time. I do the social media stuff on the side. So Instagram's my main platform. I'm also on TikTok with a much smaller following. Okay. I'm also on YouTube, but it's mainly repurposed content.
Right.
So I would say Instagram's probably the best place.
Do you do any live events ever?
Lives scare me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to get into it a little bit more. I'm trying to do some more lives.
I mean, what if it was in like a perfectly pink palace for women who are into feeling beautiful from the inside out?
I would consider it.
Yeah.
It's actually something I've thought about. I've talked to my husband a little bit about maybe life coaching.
Very
or
cool.
like not that I'm like an expert on life.
Right.
I'm just living it for the first time like everybody else. Yeah. But I do find that that there's an impact that I can make. And so, yeah, I would definitely consider that. I've done a ton of public speaking. Wow. I'm not afraid of, obviously, I don't need to come out of my shell anymore than I have. I've done a ton of trainings and I, at work and symposiums and that kind of thing. Never really on this topic, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be comfortable with that for sure.
So on Instagram, we'll find you as going _ Rachael.
So my name is Rachael with an AEL. Mm-hmm. So it's GRACHAEL.
Going _ Rachael. And is that the same on TikTok?
Same everywhere. And if it's any other spelling,
it's not you.
Any other, or if it says Rachael Wittman or Rachael _ Wittman 329, it is not me.
It is not you.
I only have that username on exactly how it is on every platform.
Okay. So now we know, and everything else is a fake.
Yeah.
And we'll report them if we see them.
Yes, report them if you see them.
Ew.
Definitely. It's not just me. It's the whole community of women with silver hair face this same thing. And it's especially rampant with us for some reason. And I think that it's because older people that they try to dupe aren't as tech savvy and don't know as much. So it happens with lots of creators, but it seems like in the group that I'm in, it happens a lot. Wow. It's really sad.
Thank you for sharing your beauty with us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're a tremendous inspiration.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing.
Thanks
and
for
I hope that I do get invited back to the Pink Palace.
I hope you come. Definitely will.
Yes.
All right. Thank
Rachael.
you
so much.
Thank you for listening to the Luminous Life podcast. If you're in North Jersey and looking for beauty that feels like therapy, come visit us at the store. You can always follow us on your favorite podcast app or check us out on YouTube.